Job Sikhala speaks on the Mutare arrest incident. Remember, family, in just a day or two ago, we were talking about the issue of the arrest of Job Sikhala in Mutare, where he held a private meeting at a private residence with some people, and they were pounced on by the Mnangagwa ZANU-PF police and were arrested and taken to some police station somewhere. And when we spoke about it on the show that we did, I mentioned that I don't think that at this juncture, Mnangagwa would want to have Job Sikhala again in prison because he's so much under pressure. He wants to concentrate on other things right now. So it's not surprising that, yes, they will be troubled here and there, but they will be finally released. And indeed, it has happened like that. They were finally released. So he has actually given an account of really what happened. And he writes here and says, our Mutare arrest part 2, which means there's part 1 of it. He says, when they called us into their office for interview one by one, I had never come across such silly questions like the questions we were asked. Who is funding your activities? If your National Democratic People's Convention asks you to form a political party, are you going to form one? What is your time period to hold the People's Convention? How is the organization structured? What is your agenda as the National Democratic Working Group? Are you planning any demonstrations? When I laughed and told them that hey, Ngwende, the questions you are asking me, what do they have to anything to do with the arrest? Are they part of the charge you have preferred against us? Ngwende, the law and order officer, incoherently said, please, we haven't charged you with any offense. I said when we were arrested at the Beast of the Forest, a police officer who said is the officer commanding Mutare district called Shoniwa pronounced that we were arrested for breaching Section 7 of MOPA. That's why we have been transferred from Penalonga Police Station to here at Mutare Police Station Law and Order Section. They stammered and couldn't answer my concerns with my valid answers. I told them that as a lawyer myself, I would not allow them to abuse me by asking questions unrelated to the reasons why we were arrested. After some minutes, they took me to the room where Dr. Uraya Zembe, Joelson Mugari, and Nyabeze were. What surprised all of us is that they were in a hurry to get answers to their questions. I saw them taking 2 elderly women. They did not take long with them. A few moments later, they called me and Dr. Zembe and told us that we want to talk to you as the leaders of these people. In our investigations, we have come to the conclusion that you have not committed any crime. So we ask you to tell your people that you must urgently leave this police station. We are only going to remain with your chief national organizer, Johnson Mugari. I told them that Johnson Mugari is an acute sugar diabetes patient. He did not travel with his medication. It will create problems for them. He recently collapsed in the rural home in Buera and only survived after he got admitted at Paranato Hospital for 2 weeks. It would be prudent if they release him in the custody of his lawyers who were present with us from the Zimbabwe Lawyers Human Rights and bring him tomorrow if you still need him. They refused. They remained behind with him and our lawyers. Another team of lawyers who were on their way from Harare had to make a U-turn in Rusape after they heard that the 40 of us have been released and left the issue to Johnson Mugari in the hands of the lawyers in Mutare. As per my warning, Johnson Mugari collapsed in the cells after his sugar levels rose to astronomical levels. He was no longer able to talk. When his sugar was tested, it was noticed that it had risen to 28. He had no medication. People had to rush to pharmacies in Mutare to find the medication. He started recovering and they took him to court today, where they released him on US 300 bail on the charge of contravening unsanctioned meeting. Thank you, Zimbabwe. Thank you all who took this unlawful arrest of ours to the world. Thank you all ambassadors who contacted us to inquire about this arrest. Thank you all those from outside Zimbabwe who reached out to seek to know what happened to us. This is undiluted story of what happened to us. To show Niwa, who called himself officer commanding, we are going to meet in court as you said that you are arresting us and you will stand in court to pin us down. Papers of lawsuits in your personal capacity as arresting officer you boasted to us are coming. Citizens have the right to seek remedy where they are wronged in terms of our law. We will pursue this issue of suffering we encountered through your unlawful arrest to the last court on earth. We meet in court. So there we have it. This is the report that is coming from Honorable Sikhala after they were arrested. You can see for yourself that this Mnangagwa's government is just so panicky. They don't even know what they are doing. You know, at times you wonder who gives an order and who maintains that people must be on or off, arrested or not released, or incarcerated. It seems like it's just a whole bunch of confusion of people that are in fear also, and they don't even know exactly how to treat the people that they are bringing in. But as for Job Sikhala, remember, he is also suing Mnangagwa government over that unlawful arrest where he stayed 2 years in prison. And now comes again another lawsuit that is directed to that officer commanding. And at times, when now you go into court, you'll be on your own. And then Mnangagwa, at times, they can even ignore you, throw you under the bus, and leave you to, face the wrath of the law on your own at times, especially if you lose the court case. But, well, probably they will just favor him in court, since the courts are captured in Zimbabwe, and you can't rely on the courts in Zimbabwe unless if you take the case outside or to some other court somewhere. But as for the courts in Zimbabwe, remember Malava wrote a letter that every political judgment must be coming directly from his office. It's him who has to give the verdict to any political judgment. And that is what makes political cases to be very difficult in Zimbabwe. They continue being postponed over and over and over, and they are delayed, and people will have to go for years and years reporting to police, and the cases never come to an end. It is also a tactic of Mnangagwa to try and pull down those that are active in terms of fighting for the democracy in our country. But freedom for Zimbabwe is coming, and these are the last days of Mnangagwa. No matter what he may try to do, his days are numbered. He can arrest people out there, but he can't stop what is happening right inside ZANU-PF. That one is spontaneous, and it's gonna continue to escalate until it shall devour him. At the end of the day, it's Mnangagwa who is going down, and Zimbabweans will be given an opportunity to start working on their country, to bring freedom and liberty to our country. God is watching. God is with us in everything that we are doing, and we know that freedom for Zimbabwe is a reality. Freedom is coming. Let's continue, family, to pray for Zimbabwe and believe God for Zimbabwe, knowing that his word shall come to pass in this season. Remain blessed till we meet again tomorrow for the upcoming shows. Shalom.